This window open.
Oh, okay.
It's about to get real orange in here. It's about to get real
That's why you gotta stay white.
real down the light.
Only time you
What's
hear me
up,
say that,
y'all?
what's going on?
What's going on? We have half of the crew in.
I was about to say, like,
Half of the crew.
hmm
Good third of us, you know what I'm saying, to talk about the royal movie of the year, Coming to America.
coming
Part
to
two.
America.
Come and say, can you see? Y'all come on in, come on in. Are you on the stream checking it out?
I'm about to. Hold on. Well, I was trying to send that to you, but I'll do that later. Um,
Oh, yeah, do that later. Do that later.
yeah, I'm about to do that
Hey,
later.
hey, hey, tap in if you want. Oh, look, we got somebody named Cornelia Washington. Hi, Cornelia Washington. How are you today? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. We are going to talk about Coming to America 2 real quick, guys, real quick. Um I feel like the people are going off. Of course, I follow a lot of black filmmaker blogs, things like that. And so I don't know if it really meet people's expectations. And I'll tell you guys now, I thought it was a fun film. You know, it was a fun film. I didn't expect it to be uh great. You know, most sequels aren't, you know, especially after a 30-year period. But I did expect it to be fun and nostalgic for me, being a Coming to America fan. So I don't know. I don't know if I can promise no spoiler
oh,
alerts, Miss Washington. We'll say spoiler alert if we tell the movie,
spoiler
but
alert. The whole show is a spoiler alert. So now,
yeah, okay, he said it's a spoiler alert. So that's what it is. So yeah, so guys, okay. Sticks, I don't know, maybe you can get started, but I want to pull up some of the comments that I looked at in the chat in the
Mm,
black filmmakers group about the movie and what they said it was, and I was like,
yeah, people going. Yeah, because I that's crazy. I'm going back and forth with it too, and I can understand what they can say because they this is their livelihood, so they have way more to say than I do. So I'm like,
they okay, let me say this.
that lighting looked kind of.
No, like lively, like a lot of people in the black filmmaker group, you know, they're like me. This ain't they 9 to 5. They not getting paid from being a part of the film community or making independent films, putting them out. They're hopeful in their filmmaking dreams,
That too.
but I don't know.
Busy.
I don't know why we're so critical. I'll just read some of them to you, but I don't know, Sticks. Just right
Try to
now,
get the
you
right
can
back.
just tell us maybe what you thought of the film. I'm gonna look. I want to show you guys this comment, and I'm like, one of the people in the comments said, "Are y'all so woke that y'all sleep deprived?" My
Mm.
goodness. So that's the question of the day. Are we so woke that we're sleep deprived? Or are we so woke, are we so guarded that we can't enjoy any slapstick comedy? There
Mhm,
can't be any stereotypical
mhm.
comedy in what we watch. And if it's not the grand budget, it's less, you know, it's less than. Like, because Coming to America 1 and Coming to America 2, the budgets are different, obviously.
Much, much.
Even let me show you this picture. This was the biggest budget change to me was this is the crown of Zamunda. Do you see, like, it's this is the throne in which Jaffe Javert, King Jaffe Javert, how you say it?
Yeah, Jaffe
Yeah,
Jafar. I'm going
where
with
he
that.
sits. In Coming to America one, the throne was much grander than Rick Ross's purple line. But still, I'm gonna use my imagination. You know what I mean? We're in the fantasy land. Even this African lady went off about African stereotypes in this movie, y'all.
Mm,
And I'm like,
mm.
it's set in Africa, but a fake African nation. It's not Ghana, it's not Nigeria, it's not the Ivory Coast, it's none of those places. It's not South Africa. It's the kingdom of Zamunda.
It's
So
pretty
go
cool.
ahead, Six. Why don't you tell us
Try
a
to.
little something about this movie if you enjoyed it? Um, was it a fail for the culture? What are your thoughts?
Um, well, I'm glad we're here to be able to talk about this right now. So let's just say that Coming to America has been anticipated for a while since they announced it. Maybe a couple of years ago. I think we tried to take what's good from the first one and bring it to this one. And you got to remember it's 20, 30, maybe even 40 plus years later. Um, some of the actors or people that participated in this movie may have gone into laid and then been laid to rest, and you have to honor them in a certain way. And then also, it's good to see some of our prime or our seasoned actors that actually were able to make, uh, be able to be a part of this. And I think you also have to kind of like pass things along to each other. We have the older, we have the guys who are in the middle age range, and then we have some of the younger people that need to be picked up and actually um, kind of nurtured in their acting as well. So when we deal with this Coming to America, I do think it was anticipated and it was going to be maybe higher, maybe bigger than what we thought it was. We thought it was going to be bigger, or it was going to be at least something close to the first one. Um, I
Why
think
did you think that?
the only
Why?
reason why no, I'm not saying I thought that. I'm saying
Uh-huh.
I think people may have that expectations. So,
Okay.
I guess that's the thing. Sometimes you want to shoot for the stars and you might just hit the moon and then ricochet back onto Earth, like that for real. And um I didn't mind it. I enjoyed what I enjoyed. Some of the jokes seemed like they were dated or they were kind of stale, but then there was some things that actually were funny, interesting. You got to take in what is going on in 2021 since this movie dropped in there. So they're trying to put the element of they're trying to make excellence look a certain way. They're trying to show black family.
Mhm.
However, it may be it because it's also we have a culture that has a mixed or blended black family. So you're going to have a child maybe with multiple mothers or multiple fathers, um, other siblings in two different time zones, which we did see in this movie. We also saw um, the underlying things. People came together and then actually enjoyed each other, actually made friendships. There was a culture, regardless if it was a fake culture, it was actually something that they do or they showed, which was in the first movie. How they celebrate each other, birthday, anniversary, some a son coming home for the first time. Those type of things were, interesting the way they did it. Now, the other underlying things in the movie, which we don't want to give away too much because you should see it and then make your own assessment. But
Mhm.
you there, there were some things that we deal with. There's people in our own community that we don't care for, or there's misunderstanding, or because of circumstances, there have to be things forced on each other. And then there's times where people don't want to break tradition over what's the change of the culture now, which they're starting to show this. And we seen that just a tidbit. I'll give a little tidbit, just a little bit. They showed that, um, they showed sibling rivalry in a certain way, sister and brother. I won't, if you're gonna watch the movie, I'll let people actually see that part because, but it also has something to do with what's going on right now with a whole, there's different movements around that actually have to deal with the whole, I think it's patriarchy type of rule. So
Yeah, it dealt with like
you got to deal with that.
women, like women,
Yeah,
being able, especially, you got like an African country, but
right.
there was kind of like a thing where
Yeah,
the princess, why couldn't she take over the
right.
kingdom? Why does it have to be a son?
Yes.
Which is kind of like, the whole thing with the movie is, he has a
Son.
bastard child in America. And you go, and he has to, take the throne of Zamunda, right? Okay, so it's all that. But I found one. I'm gonna pull up this page. Just because it was right there, right? It says Coming to America 2 should inspire us to come together and create our own thing. But we arguing about what should and shouldn't be about a film we didn't create. Okay, that's just somebody rebuttaling to all this other stuff I heard in this groups. And I'm gonna pull up some of those um too. This one here. Are you guys seeing the screen? Okay, I'm put this screen back up. This one here is not a bad review, but there's so many negative reviews in here. This person said, but see, that's the point. Uppity bish say what? That's hashtag uppity bish say what?
That
Say
was funny.
what?
That was funny.
Even if you compare it to the first one, this joint is just as funny. The problem is that folks have seen the first one so much that they know every single minute of the joint like the back of their hand. Not because they have only seen it once, but because they've watched the joint 1,000 plus times. The joint is embedded in their heads. There's no way in the world that anyone can tell me Wesley Snipes
Whoa.
wasn't just as funny in this joint as he was in My Name is Dolomite. And he goes on, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not about to read. This is a paragraph. But
Yeah.
this is someone who obviously enjoyed the movie. Here goes another one. This movie is so bad. They even apologize for making the sequel in the movie.
I missed that.
Wow.
I missed that part. I must have actually looked at my phone. I don't remember seeing that part.
So that is the kind of stuff. But there's one in particular where she kind of went off on us. Well, on the, I'll find it before I stroll through. But she went off on, hey, Sasha. Thanks for joining us. I think we know Sasha. Sasha, we can bring you on if you like. I'm gonna put the link out here. But Sasha, did you see the movie? Did you see the movie yet?
Yeah. Did you see it, Sasha? Please tell me you saw it.
I feel like here I'm gonna put this up. And if y'all didn't get bothered with Joe Biden for this, y'all don't at me. If y'all didn't at Joe Biden, don't at me, okay? You not black if you ain't seen Coming to America yet, no. We're going on day 3, guys. No. But I got that from my man Joe Biden. Shout out to Joe, the president of these here United States. Okay. I was supposed to be pulling up a picture of Joe Biden, but that didn't work. But go ahead, Sticks. Like overall, was the movie trash? Like people saying it was trash?
I can only
Oh, so Sasha, you did see it. Okay.
yeah. Come on through.
Come on through, Sasha.
Come on through.
Let us know if you want the link. I'll send you the link and you can get on this stream. Here, I'm just gonna put the link out there because guess what?
Come on.
We only got a few people watching anyway.
You can come on anyway.
Everybody come on in. I'm put the link in, and of course you gotta ask for access. and we can filter you guys that way. But yeah, this is our link, guys. You can come on in.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, so I asked you last night, Sticks, how many Fagos did this movie get? You did not give me an answer.
did I tell you I already watched it?
Yeah.
Oh, I really, I must. I don't know what happened. I missed that text message.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it honestly, because it was like it's ups and downs, and it's kind of some things where I'm like, I'm not gonna say you can leave it out, but I was telling somebody earlier, I think they could have done. Um, I think they could either done better or they could have kind of just briefly talked about something or showed something because the story did run. It didn't seem like it lost me, but it was kind of like and I'm trying to do this without telling the movie, but whatever. I didn't care for the son getting upset and just running away, going back home. And I mean
Somebody said they didn't care about how he found out what he found out. Like that was a
that too because because what gets me is you didn't hear what your dad didn't say anything. You just heard the other guy talking to him, and your dad just stood there talking like listening. But you just expect you just assume that he was using you as a pawn when it wasn't that way. It was more so, the way tradition goes. My son has to do this, but remember in the movie, the son made the choice right when he got there on who he wanted to pick to be his bride. Right, he made the choice. The father, he said, "Is that who you want to do? Is that who you want to be with?" He said, "Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go with it." So I mean, how does that make it your father's fault when you chose this, and now that you hear the reason that it was going, the reason why you chose that bride that was presented to you is because of the situation that Zamunda and I forgot the other land. Oh, next
Wesley
Doria,
Snipes was a
next
ruler.
Doria, or next what's the next
Yeah.
his country? Next Doria, something like that, whatever it's called.
Hmm.
So yeah, he was a general of his country, but he was a leader. So it's stuff like that was kind of like I mean, I don't like when you just kind of just flip out when it's just the smallest little nugget and you don't be like, hey man, why you bring me here if it's on, that's just me. That's just the way I like stories. But also, um, you saw the build up between him and his sister, which needed to happen, and then you saw them kind of get through it briefly, and they actually understood some things about it, and then he understood that he was out of place in his country, but it was also a way to actually show that he was wanted and he was what's the word? He was he was needed for the bloodline, but he was also going to be what or he had a chance to be what he couldn't be in America. You know,
Yeah, he was struggling basically. He was struggling and then found out, oh, my dad's a king.
of a
So,
country, man.
oh my
I'm
goodness,
I'm
people won't let
saying
me be right
I'm
now.
saying you know what I'm saying.
Let me be, people. Let me be. Okay, so I'm gonna interrupt you right there because I
Because
kind of feel
I'm
like I don't really want to talk about the storyline as much as did you like the movie? More so.
then
Sasha said she liked it.
we compared it.
I
What's the
liked
question?
it. I enjoyed it.
I thought you was gonna give me a question like, what am I liking it to what? But I
No, but also not just if you like. I wanted to kind of talk about the criticism and backlash. Like this is probably the worst one I saw in the not the worst one, but the most critical.
oh gee,
Um,
yeah, somebody. Oh, this is the woke person you was talking about. I get
yeah, this is the woke person. My take on Coming to America too, a total agenda tool. Okay. So hold on. I'll just start here. The sequel is a much cheaper movie. While the whole thing takes place basically in one room, one soundstage, no locations. Ghetto-fied so it can keep it real and real cheap. A bunch of cameos from 90s R&B artists singing their own songs so the licensing fees aren't hard. Gratuitous, y'all, I can't read. Pontiac product placement, which I'm sure pay for the bulk of the productions, are guaranteed intentional profit based on popularity of the franchise and the strength of Eddie Murphy's brand, and a hefty distribution deal with Amazon, which forked over a wad of cash. Hold on, we don't care about that. Simply like taking candy from a baby, she goes on. So sad though. Today's audience doesn't even know what quality looks like. And they never will. The days of expensive quality music and media productions are long gone. What hurts most is, as the Bible says, and a child will lead them. Today's black entertainment insists on the ghetto bringing the black community down to its level, rather than those who have ascended from the oppression, lifting the ghetto up. And she goes on. I mean,
Civil rights.
it's a lot. It's a lot in here.
She just had
Um,
she wanted she I don't know. I was gonna say something else, but I'm not sure how I'm using it right. But yeah, I
she
don't.
said, and does everything black now have to look like a cliche music video with a flimsy plot line? What else did she say? But this sheds even more light on the ruthless, tasteless joke Murphy made about Bill Cosby on his return to SNL. A joke he didn't even write, but had the clout to decline had he not been such a go along dude. I don't get what she's saying there. But it seemed like, oops, I didn't mean to put her name out there. But hey, she wrote it. I mean, I'm sure she stand behind her work. Cause I told her, I'm like, now, did this movie, there was the stereotypical, the role they gave Leslie to me was like the stereotypical
Black,
hood woman type role.
yeah, black mama. So proud of her son on his come up that he had.
Yeah, like she was a little because I feel like in the first Coming to America, I didn't really see no necessarily what they call ghetto type stuff. Like you were looking at this king coming to a poor area, but people
Mhm.
had problems with that. Oh my god, if I let y'all see the one the African girl made, like she went off too. So I don't know, am I becoming desensitized? Was this movie bad for the culture? I felt like it had good themes as far as there was no war at the end. There were no fighting. I mean, everybody was friends. It was like a feel good family movie. Went to the PG-13 rating, so there's not a lot of lewd stuff going on or nothing like. It's just I feel like a movie you could watch with your kids and be happy. But who am I? But I'm just gonna say, I think we just too hard on each other. Like, um, I don't know. My expectations, like Trixie said on our last show, she didn't want to watch this movie because she didn't want it to mess up the first one.
Mm.
How is this movie gonna mess up the first one? Like the first one is what it is. It's not this movie is not gonna take anything away from the first one to me. Like, come on, guys. I was just happy they did a number two because I've always wanted that. Like it's certain movies I wanted a part two to, to play with my imagination with that. Like a
Mhm.
Goonies too, like certain things I want,
Yeah,
and I don't care if it's not as good as the
right.
first one. I would just like to see them made. But somebody said they took a great movie and turned it into content now. So people were very disappointed. They said it was very bad. And I'm just like, to me, I just think everybody y'all laugh sometimes,
That's
like
this is the
they
problem when this
crazy,
not to cut you off, but this is the problem when everybody has an opinion, and then you have and the way we have the internet now, everybody can find like-minded people, and you'd be surprised how big the how big the community can be, and how they can make like a I guess a backlash, not a backlash, but make these comments and it kind of ruins a person's experience of actually experiencing the movie. If you like it, you like it. You can give your opinion about it. But when you start
Mhm.
saying stuff about civil rights, I was like, man, hold on, wait a minute. Do you think the first movie had anything to do with black people getting, you saw a prince who came to a country to figure out how he wanted to figure if he wanted to have a wife that did everything for him. I mean, everything he did, he wanted her to do and listen to her without any type of um, conscious thought of her own, or he wanted to meet a woman that was intelligent and it could be a partner as he's going to enter his, move from being a prince into a king. And that's what you saw in the first movie. And it just had some entertaining parts to it. That's the type of stuff it was. So if we would have had the internet back then, it's almost like would Coming to America actually be like, oh, it was so good in this, or would it be like, man, here goes some old brothers dancing around, here goes some jokes and they cracking jokes and then they portraying
Oh, you're right. Maybe
some of
because
they looking like that's what I'm saying. When you have too much access to information or you have too much access to being seen, you're gonna say some stuff and everybody gonna be like, oh yeah, I agree with that. And then you find out there's some other clown, some I won't say clowns, but it's other people that agree with it. And then they say some clown foolish stuff. So Eddie Murphy was trying to take something, him and Arsenio and whoever else, they were taking something that they done before and they were trying to build on it. And it's a audience for it too. Now, however you feel about it, I understand that this is that and whatever. But if you ain't seen it and you going by what other people say, I just advise you to go see it. I try not to make on me personally. I try not to make no opinions on something I did not see. Now, if I don't care for a person's life and they in a movie, it's harder for me to go see that. I'm like that with certain people. I don't want to see them. I don't care for how they live their life. I don't care what they stand for. And I don't want to see them in a movie, but I will never be like, because they're in that, I'm going to clown it. Because they do this in real life, I'm going to clown them on this movie. That could be a masterpiece. It could be something that people like. You can't
so
tell me.
let me ask you this, Stick. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm
Okay.
really not.
No, go ahead. I'm like, I know I'll be going on my tangent, but
How out of 5 Fagos, how many Fagos do you give me?
man, I'm gonna say this because it's a waiver, and I see things I like, and I see things that I think they could have did better. So I'm really, it's hard for me to say. I'm teetering between 3.5, right there. I'm like on that because I
Three
think
and a half and four, or 3 and 3.5? Where you? Where?
I'm gonna say more so 3.5 to 3 to 3.5 right there.
Mhm.
But I did
Do
like,
you find that you will watch this again? Do you
yeah,
think you ever?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
because I'm
And
gonna
were there
laugh.
any quotables from the movie? Like, do you feel like were there going to
I mean,
be quotes?
I honestly, if depending on who I'm around, I would use the uppity line was kind of funny. It was just something to say to you, like people and stuff like that. And um, dang, that's one of the only ones because they said it more than one time. That's why I kind of like gravitate to that one. And um, I can't think of too many other ones that were quotable besides that. Because the uppity B was like a hashtag, could have been a hashtag as well as it's something that you can say to somebody when you're just trying to get them to shut up. So uppity say something. So uppity B.
Yeah.
And
How
then,
did you think? I kind of feel like Eddie was passing the torch in this movie. Like
I was gonna say
he
that.
just, let's make this. We got some budget. Yeah, let's go and make it. Let's
But
bring
it
back.
was multiple. Let's be honest,
Let's
T.
even bring
It
back
was
the twins.
multiple.
I don't know why they brought the twins back, but let's even bring back the twins.
But it was
Let's.
multiple. You got to say it was multiple torches, kind of like being passed or kind of like being, extended to others because
Mhm.
you had people that I don't think were in the first one. You have, it's cool.
Yeah, it was.
Morgan Freeman was in there. We saw.
Yeah, why did they do Morgan
I,
Freeman? I
but
don't
I ain't
know.
gonna lie. I liked his speech though. It worked for what it was going. To me, it worked. He got a classic voice, and it worked for the the situation that was being done with him being there to do it. So it worked. And then I liked, this torch need to be passed to the guy, the young man that's playing the son, to the daughters that Eddie Murphy had. They need to be getting some shine. We don't know
Mhm.
what they're going to do or what they have in the future, especially the eldest one that played his oldest daughter. She's probably either in her teens or she's grown. She may be doing some things coming up. So these were platforms for other people. And then you got like who else? I'm trying to think. Leslie Jones does her thing with writing and stand up. So she has her own, but then this can help. This can help her. I'm not gonna say it can hurt her. It just can help her. And you still got who's the guy? Who's the guy who played the uncle? Oh my gosh! I'm about to say Hustle Man. Um, Tracy Morgan.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tracy
Tracy
Morgan.
Morgan. He always plays. He plays like a similar character, but yet it's still kind of it has some funny. It's funny. It has a thing to it. Like that. After that, everybody else is more like cameos. You know, I bet you
Yeah,
there's I bet you there's a cameo of a person that you might not realize you saw. Did you see Rick Ross?
I did not see Rick Ross.
he was he was in one little scene, and he was it was either Wesley said something, and he was like, "Oh, so and so is coming," or he had his glasses off, so you wouldn't have thought it was Rick Ross. It was Rick Ross.
Wow, that's
It was
funny.
he had a little speaking part, made probably a couple thousand on that. But yeah, there was Rick Ross. You saw Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is getting older, so he got to find a new niche and stuff. He can't do action no more, so it might be comedy, or he gonna have to be the uncle that talk junk a little bit, which he's starting to get comfortable with that. So people have to people are changing their career direction a little bit. Wesley was an action guy. He probably he in his mid to late 50s now, right?
And
So
now that's one thing I got from the group is that Wesley had tried to be the Black Panther or make a Black Panther movie or something like that years ago, and I guess the franchise turned him down. And they were talking about how Wesley Snipes' accent was great as far as compared to everybody else. African accent. They was like he was really prepared. That's what the guys at Double Toe said, that he
yeah.
was really prepared to be the Black Panther. But yeah, Wesley did a good job. He was funny in this. I think I've rarely seen Wesley Snipes funny, but I feel like a little bit with White Man Can't Jump, that movie. But Wesley is a great actor, and you can tell he's well rounded. But really, I'm not trying to keep people on here for a long time. That one person hanging in, thank you. It might be one of our cast members, but I just I'm going to give the movie four
Wow.
Fagos.
Wow.
I'm gonna give it four Fagos because I'm gonna
Wow.
watch it again. I'm
Wow.
giving it four Fagos for not for that CGI lion. And then I read the credits and it was like a lion trainer in the credits, and I'm like, why? Where was the real lion? But I'm gonna give it four because this is like, to me, like, oh, my heart, like, that's just how much I love Coming to America 1, that I love Coming to America 2 regardless. So I'm biased. It made me laugh. It has some nice a nice theme in it, and wholesome. It was a wholesome movie, even though it was a little, the little ghetto element, but yeah, I enjoyed it. And, people downplay the where they went in the bar scene and they reverse aged Eddie Murphy. They had to reverse age these guys at some point, and people hated that. But I'm like, what else is they gonna do?
Yeah.
We had to find out
Where the baby
how
coming from?
they had this baby.
Yeah, and I was right
And
there like,
that's what
oh, okay.
technology is. It wasn't bad like the Irishman. They did the reverse agent, and this was better than that. So
They
yeah,
did.
I'm giving it four Fagos,
We
and
gonna
I'm
get.
standing
I can
by
do.
it.
I can do you one better than that. T. They did it, and I know people watch this, and we might have more black viewers, but The Mandalorian just finished their season off, and they got a whole bunch of controversy with that. One of
Okay,
they,
I
with
haven't
the,
been watching that.
but they had a CGI of Luke Skywalker coming in, and he looked young. So I'm like, it works. Things work. I don't care what nobody say. It worked. That bar scene worked. If you got a complaint about it, that's on you. And I
Yeah.
was like, where else could you interject that part of the story about the son being born or his mother being impregnated? Where else in the story could you? Because the only other thing I could say, which would have made it a way more controversy, is that he would have slept with her sister. That's the only thing I could. Because remember, she was feeling him too. She was feeling.
Oh yeah,
So that
yeah,
would have been the only other person I could have seen where it could have played that. So
yeah.
but see, now my other kind of statement would be, since y'all feel this way about this movie, what other movies would you think about doing, and how much do they have to do to convince you that it has to be great before it actually comes out and actually other people around the world have to see it? Because they took a chance with this movie. It's out there, but we've seen we did a review back in the summer with Nia Long and whoever else she starred with. That movie, it had so much hype, and it was just a bold movie. Let's just say that it was overhyped, and we kind of was like, man, it just seemed like it never took off, and it was just something. It was just over budget or highly budgeted or whatever, and it just didn't need to be that for this type of movie. But I think Coming to America had little things. It's supposed to be a comedy. We're supposed to have fun. There's supposed to be maybe some down moments, maybe some people getting cussed out, some funny stuff, some controversial stuff that's supposed to make be funny with comedy. But we know how the world feels about when you speak on certain stuff. Many of our comics have been saying it the last decade. But besides that, there's a lot of other movies that a lot of people want to see remade that we have that are our ghetto hood classics. And I say continue trying to do it. You got to push it. You might hit what you need to hit, and you might fail where you need to. They're gonna fail.
Yeah, and that's where I feel like where we sorry, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna have to go, obviously, but I feel like we never give our chance to we don't allow ourselves the opportunity to make mistakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's always, oh my God, that's mediocre, that's not black excellence or this and that. But art is subjective. It's not. Oh, the first Coming to America didn't win Jack. It was not recognized by Jack. We endeared it and loved it no matter what the popular Hollywood culture had to say about it. But we need to allow our artists room to make a movie without a whole multi-million dollar production at the Tyler Perry Studios. This is why that you saw that famous picture with the Wesley and Will Smith and all of them, because they were all there. It was like some scenes from this being done there, and also Bad Boy 2 or 3. Bad Boy 3 has been done there. But I'm just gonna get up out of here right now because I've abdicated some responsibilities around the house, obviously. And they not gonna let me rest. So but yeah, guys, I enjoyed it. Watch it. You know, I just came on here because I feel like I got kind of mad, like the black community, like like I don't know where we got this very high threshold for entertainment, you know.
Right.
Just be entertained sometimes.
Yeah, they don't understand that we barely could be in the building too to even like watch what entertainment was back then.
Yeah.
So it's so much stuff, man.
But
It's so much stuff.
hold on.
Somebody coming in? Okay. But yeah, all I was saying was we gotta, some stuff has to be just done. Um, however it actually, if it actually rises or it excels or it actually becomes famous or iconic, it does. If it fails, it fails. We have to learn that way,
It's
um,
okay to fail.
right, and because that helps you know what the audience that you either trying to get or people what their taste is at the time. So I'm big up. I'm saying stuff like this. I would like to see a Last Dragon. I would like to see, like you said, a
Mhm.
Goonies. I would like to see um, if they could ever pull off another Ghostbusters or just things that we grew up on that we like. Man, that was something
Mhm.
that was like big to us.
So you're not on the mindset of just leave it alone.
Right?
Let
No. Because I feel like
it.
we're at that time where things can be reproduced and maybe better now. I get tired of seeing something where I know we can produce like they can produce it now. I kind of want to see another Avatar 2 and see where that story goes. But I also still want to see where Bruce Leroy, if he had a son or if he actually is the master now and he's teaching whoever it may be, if they're black or maybe some other culture, but they actually show something where the glow needs to live on. I don't care what
Yeah.
nobody
So what
says.
did you think of Karate Kid that was redone with Jaden Smith? Like, did you ever watch that? Did you
Mhm.
think it was unnecessary, or do you think it was for a new generation?
I think it, like you said, I think if they had the one and the two after Ralph Macchio and they did it with Hilary Swank, and which I never really watched, but that's here and there. It was Karate Kid. It has something. It has to have something to do with the story. And then when you get to Jaden, and they just changed it up. I
So
think
are
it.
you watching Cobra Kai
Oh,
on?
Yes.
That's
I was just
what
about to
I'm
mention that.
saying.
I
Like,
was really about to mention that, but I was going to say with
yeah,
Jaden when I'm going to say this. People can say what they did, say what they want. It was a different movie, and then it actually he said what it was about. He wanted to go. The little boy wanted to learn so he wouldn't get picked on, and then he also wanted to go back out there even when he's hurt. I don't want to be. There's a theme. I don't want to be scared the rest of my life. So there's themes to a movie, and it was good. It was cool. I ain't gonna say the best. It was good. It was good for what it was. Then when you go to Cobra Kai, you take that old historic Karate Kid and you bring it to the forefront, and people like it. And I know that was even more cheaply done than the new Karate Kid. So and I like that one even more. Cobra Kai has me. They have a fan of me, and this is on the this was the ending of the second season, and no, the third season. So they probably gonna do maybe they might be able to pull maybe one or two more seasons out of it.
Chose the 1989
hold on,
sitcom.
sorry. I want to show you something that we necessarily didn't see.
Right.
But this actually happened. Hold on, let me change it. They actually did a um coming to America pilot for a TV show.
Hmm.
It did not work because first of all, there was no Eddie Murphy, there was no Arsenio Hall.
Hmm.
But they did it. And this is a little bit from the
That
pilot.
followed the
I'll play a
events of the
little bit
first
of
movie
this.
of the company,
Um
with Murch from World Media on
somebody's
YouTube.
YouTube channel.
It was uploaded, the only full copy of this I could find. I've linked it below so you can check out the full thing for yourself.
Oh, they got the
As I said, this comes from a broadcast recorded over 30 years ago.
Yeah.
quality
So
isn't
I'm gonna
great,
take that down
both
for he hit
literally.
me with a copyright claim or whatever. But yeah. So y'all check out the Coming to America TV pilot episode, which the Queen the Bee guy and
Mhm.
Tommy Davis starred in that. And I didn't watch it all the way through because the quality was so bad as far as hearing and stuff like that. But they tried even that. So nothing to say about it.
So
Just
and that was before was that
that
after
was years ago.
well, I'm
Huh?
saying that was after the movie, but they tried to make a show off of it.
Yeah, after the movie.
Okay, they tried to spin it off into a show. Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's hit or miss, and like we have our if we want to say we have our black movies, and they're gold. And I understand how people say don't touch them, but then sometimes we might have a movie where it was all right, and then it actually progressed into something greater. Or I can't think of that on the top of my head, but I know I will have one to put up there if we ever bring it back. But there are stories that need to be told, or a continuation of a story that people are out here dreaming about, as well as have already written, and they're sitting on their computers and stuff. But when you do what you do and say what you say, and then you try to black people now just throw all types of stuff into a film. Fiction. How does something fiction talk? How can you talk about something fiction and it actually happens in real life? Civil rights, Sam Bowen, and all this other Uncle Tom and all that stuff. And it's supposed to be something that entertains, not to hurt. It's going to be some things that maybe are sensitive to people, and you might take it wrong. But I feel like Coming to America is supposed to be fun. Like T said, it's for the children, it's for the young adults, it's from the mid age and the old adults that they actually can still understand what's going on. So can't nobody. It seems like it's hard to have fun, and you're right. People are so awoke that like you said, sleep deprived is a real deal. It's a real thing out here, and people keep talking. That's another thing people talk about too. So it's a lot of people sleep deprived right now. So.
Well, hey, you have it. That's the way we feel. I'm giving it 4 Fagos.
That's cool.
Sticks ain't made up his mind
I
quite.
did say, I did say, I'm leaning.
You said you were teetering.
No,
What
I said I am like that, but I said I'm gonna give it
Mhm.
3.5, 3.5.
3.5. So I think it's fun. No, it's not. No, it's not as good as the first one. No,
Mm-mm.
it's
Nope.
not. But if you enjoyed the first one, you should enjoy the second one. But who am I to make you enjoy something? But y'all, thank you for watching. All two of y'all, we appreciate you. And yeah, I'm just trying. We're gonna try to go live more often and be more
Woke.
not more woke, but more. I don't see the point of us going live. We're gonna be talking about a movie that was out a week ago. Everybody had already reviewed it and talked about it. So I kind of want us to be up to date. But when we do movies and our finds, like we found Baby Mama Drama, our first live review, like that kind of stuff, will take more time to review because it's already slept on.
Right.
But when something is happening in the community, right, we want to be up on it right away. So all right, y'all, thanks for spending time with us. Thank you, Sticks, for coming on, sharing your opinion, and being that trooper that you are. We're gonna get you some male friends for the show.
It's
I
all good.
promise. The one guy that I asked to come on the show, been asking him, do you know he started his own
That was going to happen anyway. We all look. The more we do this, I expect. My expectation for all of us is to start something on our own, and we'll just be guest starring on everybody's show. That's that is it.
Well,
I mean,
really, if I'll be honest with y'all, I'm only on here because I couldn't get more people to be a part of it. My thing is behind the scene. I don't want to be seen. Like, I don't want to be on YouTube with my face. That's why the audio is better for me, but it's something about me just, hey, this is me. This is who I am. I'm out in the world now. People love me or hate me or my opinions or whatever, but I really don't want to be on here talking.
and I'm at
And
that
that's
point now,
really
man.
what's funny. But I did want to produce this show.
As we move into different decades, I'm at the point where I'm at that I don't care anymore. So I'm not trying to offend nobody. And if you get offended by me saying my opinion and I didn't use anything racial or any type of thing that'll make it be more of a target, then you have the problem. And then we should be able to say something. And I'm being polite as I can, but we should have fun with this. And like I said, regardless if we didn't have a camera or the webcam, we still be talking. So there's things to talk about, and there's multiple things to talk about, and as well as we're human, we like to discuss, and that's our way of relating as well as coming together. So I like this. I enjoyed it. The movie was what it is, and I liked it, and team
Mhm,
liked it. So you can give your opinion. Please share, like, and subscribe on
mhm.
YouTube, and give your opinion. And we don't mind. Just try to keep it brief as well as clean. We ain't going for all that other extra stuff. So
Yeah, and so with you saying that, let me say to the people who said, that the real woke people, maybe we need your opinion. Maybe there's something we need to think about. But to me, it's just comedy. So yeah, thank you for having your opinion. All the people of the Black Filmmakers Group on Facebook that I put your thing up here today. But I did want to express the very wide views that people have on this movie, which I'm like, it's just a movie, but media is very impactful to our subconscious mind, hearing stuff over and over again. Um, that's like even like the Bible verse, faith comes by hearing by the word. Faith comes by all that comes by everything. Like if you don't think even just kids playing video games and shooting all day, if you don't think that has an impact on their subconscious mind, you're wrong. But that's just they know the difference between reality and what's fake. But I think it has an impact. All of this has an impact on us. So we do need a good balance of, some good stuff mixed in with the ratchet. But anyway, thanks, guys. We've been on here too long. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, we'll catch you later. Peace.